Movie from the stream.
Dude, let me see. How should I went live right now?
Let's get it. No, 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 no. Let's get to the song. All right. So where you at? Where you at, fam? I'm going on without you. Here we go. Yo, 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 yo. You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Dub Q. We are in the building. You already see what time it is. It's time to get it going. Carolina versus the Saints. We got a lot of breakdowns for this game that's coming up on Sunday. And you want to know how your boys stack up? Well, why don't you come on in here and ask old Dub Q how it's going down, man? Dub Q is in the building. Lonzo is on the way. Y'all already know what time it is. We got a special guest in the building tonight, man. Mr. Hudat from the Hudat Center. He will be joining us shortly. But first and foremost, before we do anything, uh, how y'all living tonight, man? How y'all doing? Come on in the building. Wipe your feet off on that mat. I'm getting ready to play a little something for y'all. Zoe, before I get started, you got something you want to say to the people tonight?
Man, let's get into it. You on to the Saints. Let's get it. Let's get this done, fellas.
Y'all hear it, man. What's up, Hoover? Hey, I'm about to go ahead and I'm gonna play a quick song real quick. We're gonna get to it. Eh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm a TV soldier, New Orleans stunner. If a bitch need me, I'ma take everything from her. Anybody can, girl, your mama and your mama. I'ma buy me some new pussy and buy a forerunner. I walk with a limp, cause my nuts heavy. And I like it from the back, so your butt steady. I know I got some big lips, but I ain't tripping. Your mouth be more pussy.
What's your host with the most?
But I don't need self-worth. Be the one baby that you missing. I'm the baddest host nigga walking. You ain't heard I got a team of head busters waiting to give me the word. I got a few in the East Coast, a few in the West, down south in mid W, but up to the rest.
What's up, Travis? What's up, Eon Butler? What's up? I'm in enemy territory today. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute him so I can answer y'all questions. I'm going. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. What up, Yuki? What's up? I have a huge frame drop. Give me a sec. I'll tell y'all what, since y'all here, man, I've been trying to see what y'all want from in terms of videos. What y'all really into right now? Y'all want like y'all want game plan to Sunday? That's something I've been thinking upon on for y'all. I work for the people. Nope. We in Black Panther territory. He hit me with a surprise today because he said he has stuff to do, Yuki.
Everything alright. Did you see the silver fair with the fat ass pipes? Then follow by some niggas on some badass bikes. What's up? What's up? What's up? Set it off in this motherfucker. What's up? What's up? What's up? I set it off in this motherfucker. What's up?
Now this ain't my podcast. I'm intervening in his podcast. I'm recording it for y'all so I can still get this content out.
Yeah, man. Enough of that
But
good
we
New
walking up
Orleans
into their
Junior
house
hitting
this
y'all
Sunday,
tonight.
so we walking into their territory.
What it do, fam? How y'all living out there, man? Welcome to the experience of Black Cat Panther podcast, man. Your boy Dub Q is in the building. First and foremost, you already see it on the thumbnail. Come on in, wipe your feet off. Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints. And just to address someone in the chat, are we trying to win Sunday or are we trying to get Matt Rule fired? First and foremost, you go out and you try to win that goddamn game on Sunday. But in the event that you can't, we gonna send this nigga marching to Zion. All right. So with that being said, we
Well,
got a
you ain't by
special guest in
yourself.
the
Facts,
building.
Eon.
Lonzo, how you feeling tonight, fam? Before we get into it.
Feeling straight, man. Ready to talk this Panthers talk, man. You already know.
Yes, sir, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Hey, y'all see it in the background. Go ahead, show your boy some love with that Black Cat Panther podcast shirt. You see it as well. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. If you're in here, show
I
your boy some
respected it
love
too.
and hit that Panthers Uncensored as well, where I be at on Sunday mornings. If you are in here and you're not following that channel, you're
So how
missing
does it
out,
work
man. So
exactly? He
go
gonna
ahead,
put me in
pull
the
up,
stream
show
and
your
we gonna
boy
get
some
the
love. And
conversations.
without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and bring on in Mr. Who Dat. You see him, he's on YouTube as well for New Orleans. Great friend to the channel. So welcome Mr. Who Dat in the building. All right, man. I appreciate you pulling up, man. We're gonna get this combination special out of the way tonight, man. We chefing it up out here. We New Orleans style. Hey, we're gonna jump straight on into it. Before you know
Ian.
it, Sunday is gonna be around.
I should say Ion.
What
My bad. My bad, bro.
what's the keys to success coming out for your boys on Sunday?
Man, it all starts with the offense. These past few weeks, we've been playing amazing defensive football, man. I just think Jameis got to do better. I recently went through the film, and it wasn't the offensive play calling like every Saints fan anticipated it. It's Jameis Winston himself. He's trying to be Superman instead of trying to be Batman.
You want to be Superman?
He want to be Superman. He trying to go for it all, trying to go for the bombs every single play, looking down the field way too much. He's not taking his check downs. And as for
Okay.
all y'all football fans know, for y'all to get that ball deep, you have to make the defense play up.
Okay. Hey, Lonzo, I need to know to you, what are the keys to success for the Carolina Panthers coming up on this illustrious Sunday, man? What do you really see us doing?
The keys to success: limit the pressure on the quarterback. Play calling is a key to success, but I think that's a way of success. I don't think that's a key to success. But also, I think a major key to success is this: not turning the football over. If you look at the past 2 games that we played, we lost the turnover battle and we lost the football game. So we can't turn the football over. If you look at every turnover that we've made this season, it's always turned into points. The Chuba Huber fumble, that turned into 3 points. The Robbie Anderson fumble, that turned into 3 points. The interception by Baker Mayfield, that turned into 3 points. So now I believe that turned into a touchdown. So we have to not turn the football over and cause turnovers. So I think that's key for this game.
Okay. I think for me, we got to come out. We got to hit the ground running. The defense has to get going, just like they did last game. They get out there, they get on Jameis, to get on this offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
We have to attack. Now, the problem will be, what defense will we get from week to week? That is the problem with the Carolina Panthers. You don't know what you see from week to week. So I'm hoping that everybody can come out with a sense of urgency, because whether you believe it or not, if we lose this game Sunday, it's going to be hell to pay for the franchise. So we can't come out here, take these boys for granted. And granted, this is a division game. We
Mm-hmm.
must get up for this game. I'm telling you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stress it enough, man. My stress level has been on 1,000 for this week, man. Look, man, Mr. Who Dat?
What's up?
Straight up, as you see it right now, what are your key matchups?
Our first key matchup will obviously go with defensive line versus O line. We got to first start in them trenches. Just as someone said, the Saints has given up 10 sacks in a total of 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you can see that the leadership of Teron Armstead is very missed because the Saints cannot pick up the blitz to save their life. Every single game we played so far, we let someone have a direction straight to the quarterback. We can't have that.
Okay.
We can't. It starts in the trenches.
I give it to y'all, man. Y'all defense is elite. Y'all front seven is very nice. So if y'all get out on us real early, it's gonna be something to see, man. I hope it don't get ugly quick. I'm hoping that my boys, will show up and be ready for the challenge
That should have
because
fixed
the
it.
Saints defense is no
Trav,
slouch, man. Make no mistake about it.
Trav.
I say
I
this all
can't
the time.
pronounce for
Cameron
nothing.
Jordan, he ain't no bullshit. Davenport ain't no bullshit either. Demario Davis, Lattimore. Marcus May, he injured. Is he playing Sunday?
He is playing, but you are wrong about the Saints and their pressure situation. Within those 2 games, the Saints only recorded 1 sack.
So are you saying that we should not be worried about your
Not
pressure?
not at all, because the Saints haven't made any pushes towards the quarterback. Tom Brady had a bunch of time last week, and it cost the secondary big. You can see the
So
age of Cameron Jordan is starting to show. Of course, he's still the same run dominant
ooh,
stopper. However, the pass rush has now weakened to the point of Davenport needs to take over. He can't just try to warm back up into football. We only have 1 sack in 2 games, and we given up 10 sacks in 2 games.
mm-hmm.
Mm. Wow.
Wow, that was news. That's breaking right here for us with the Carolina Panthers because we were giving y'all a slight edge with y'all defensive line play. So I got you now. I got you now. So there is a lot of optimism for this team possibly showing up and having a chance to see what if we can get a bite of Saints pie. Is what you're saying.
Sure, and anybody in this division, everybody got a chance. You seen the Falcons choke away their lead, and they completely had every right to win that game, but the Saints came out on top. So with a division like ours, unpredictability is basically number one.
So
Okay.
basically, what you're saying, y'all should be on to just like us.
Yeah, this is an urgency move. Obviously the defense is showing out as Lonzo. You should see that yourself. Same with Black Panther. The defense is on it. They ready to make that push, but the offense has been slowing it down dramatically, affecting the overall team balance of the Saints. And we need to fix that up. Going into the Carolina Panthers, we need the offense to show out.
Okay. You know what? Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. If you're listening right now, make sure you show Mr. Who That love, show his page some love. Diversity is key around here.
Mm-hmm.
I know you might not like the Saints, but hey, he a friend of the show, man. Show them boys some love, man.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Next thing we want to get on to, and Zoe, you want to touch on that anymore before I move on?
Yeah, I give one key matchup. I think it's Ben McAdoo versus Chris Richard, the defensive
Oh,
and
coaching.
Dennis Allen. I think that's been the biggest thing. Yeah, we get on Baker about his throws, but Baker made a couple of bad plays last game. But if you look at the play calling and you look at the routes these Bama's was running, they was running pretty much the telegraph routes. Like it was just 5 and out, 5 and out, 5 and out. That's all you were saying. Those passes are going to be batted down. There was no double moves to get these fifth string corners to get going. So I think it's been coaching. So I want to see how Ben McAdoo dials it up against a defense like this because this will be the best defense. I know he said that they only got 1 sack, but we all know when you playing against the Panthers, it don't matter who you got. You always have a chance to beat us with Matt Rule at the helm. I mean, we seen it this past week. You may say Cam Jordan has gotten older, but Kayvon Thibodeau and Aziz didn't play last game, and we still was struggling on offense against their D line. So it wasn't, man. I got to see Ben McAdoo call a good game. We got to learn how to use CMC. It's just I think it's a coaching game. I say that.
Mm.
I agree with you. I agree 100%. Matt Rule can't show up. Matt Rule can't show up, and I'm telling you, he cannot lay a fucking egg like he has in the last couple of games. Ben McAdoo, I am calling you to the front of the congregation right now. Please make sure that you get out and stop that screen shit before I ride up to Charlotte. Well, I'll be in Charlotte before I get out the stands and walk on the field on you. Now, I don't want to see this. Ben McAdoo, please make sure you get Christian McCaffrey touches early because he is one of your key players. I want to see DJ more and more inserted into this matchup because you got Lattimore and DJ Moore. I say that's going to be a great one-on-one. I hope that Lattimore don't take DJ out of this game. Now, knowing that, they probably won't even throw to his side because Baker, I don't think Baker want them problems on Sunday, man. I'm a little. What do you think about that matchup, Lonzo? What do
Oh,
you
my
think about
bad,
that, Mister Who
guys.
that?
I like DJ chances in that match. It's just all on the quarterback. See, it's not that DJ Moore has been winning his battles in the 1-on-1 position. It's just that he hasn't been. He got bro. He has the 52nd most targets in the NFL, and we all think he's a top 15 receiver. So that's not even justified in itself. You have to throw him the football. He was matched up against a fifth round corner last week, and we didn't give him a chance to make plays. You seen when we threw him the ball, he did not drop a pass last week. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
throw him the football. I mean, you can't see what you got. You can't see how he performed, and then you don't throw him the football. So you gotta give him a chance to make a play, bro. But I like DJ Chance against Marshawn Lattimore.
Mm.
It determines what
Okay.
attitude of Marshawn we get. As we know, Marshawn as a whole, when he go against number one wide receivers, we see the best. But when he goes against, lowest level receivers, then we see his worst. Alan Thielen basically owns Marshawn. Like it or not, we got to accept that the way he is.
Ooh.
Yes, to me it depends on who Marshawn going up against. I think Marshawn gets up for guys like Mike Evans and them. But if you watch Terry McLaurin gave him the business too. Taylor
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
Heineke
did.
wasn't putting the passes on the money.
Yep.
He missed a lot. McLaurin, Terry McLaurin was getting open a lot on Marshawn Lattimore.
Man. So you know what? You know what? Another a key thing is Lonzo and Mister Who that I would really be attacking you differently tonight if we weren't in a precarious situation with the franchise right now. Uh, I would be attacking you a lot differently because it would have been one of those games where I could say, okay, we're going to rise for the challenge, but it's question marks on what we're going to be doing on the field. So I'm going to be dead honest with you. We got a lot of talent that's on the field that didn't even touch the fucking field last week.
mm.
I have a problem with that. Shy Smith didn't
Personnels.
touch the field. Personnels. Shy Smith didn't touch the field. Terrence Marshall Jr. didn't touch the field. I mean, like, what's
No,
going
no,
on in our receiving core?
Mm.
Shot Smith played. I don't think you meant to say Shot Smith.
I'm sorry, Shy Smith play. I'm thinking Rashard Higgins. I'm sorry, Rashard Higgins.
Him and Lavisca and Terrace.
Yeah. Laviska Shenault, Rashard Higgins, Terrence Marshall. We got three receivers right there that can come in and give you great snaps, and they didn't see any of
Three
it.
receivers who are ballers, by the way. If you
Yeah.
ask
I
who
feel
can
like
who,
that. I feel like that has something to more do with your overall usage of Christian McCaffrey, because obviously with the screen pass using being used so much, they obviously just trying to get the ball to him, and that's destroying the offense as a whole, wasting the talent and the weapons you already have.
nah, it's not even that because if you look at the first game, Chris McCaffrey only touched the ball 14 times.
Mm,
That's bad.
Yeah.
We don't need
Yeah.
Chris McCaffrey touching the ball 14 times. He need more than that. If you look at last game, most of his touches came on the ground, running
mm,
the football. It's been our coach making dumb decisions,
mm,
playing Scott Smith. Yeah, like I said, it's different when you're a rotational piece and when you have to come in as a starter. Like it's okay when if Terrace Marshall or Rashard Higgins or Lavisca can come in and be that third receiver and then they get a breather and you come back and give them Scott Smith. And that's like a change of pace. You killing them with that. But when they have game plan and when you saying, okay, Shot Smith is now your third best receiver. So now we gonna key in on him. It's different when the lights come on. So I don't like it's just it's coaching. It's not CMC overload.
It's all
We
coaching on
basically
that.
ain't been given. We really haven't even used. Well, it ain't no basically. We haven't used CMC like we should be using them thus far.
How much of a factor will coaching play in these games?
oh, most definitely high, because obviously for the Saints offensive side of the ball, Pete Carmichael has been getting out coached by two defensive coordinators already. Not having his
Facts.
quarterback warm up early in the games, he coming out in the fourth quarter, all of a sudden the pass game is working. Yes, he has been getting out coached these past few games, and Saints fans gonna have to accept that as it is. We just can't blame quarterback for everything, because who's helping these quarterbacks succeed? The offensive coordinator.
I think, and this is something that we all alluded to a few minutes ago, man. Matt Rule has no idea whatsoever. Like coaching, let me explain something to you what we did in one game. In the Browns game, it was a fourth and goal where we were getting ready to get on the goal line and establish a defensive stand. It was going to be a great defensive stand. It was fourth and I believe it was like 10, fourth and 11. And Matt Rule decides to call a timeout. And instead, in doing so, he allowed the Browns to then rethink what they were going to do. And they came out and kicked surefire points because there's no guarantee that they're going to get that fourth down. But what is guaranteed is that kicker trotted right on out there at the 10-yard line and kicked that field goal for 3 yards. You shot your team in the foot with faulty coaching.
Mm.
I mean, this is stuff that costing us games, bruh. It's costing us games. We lost that game by a matter of a handful of points.
Yeah, 2 points. He gave him 3.
We don't do that. We got a better chance of winning this game. Matt Rule, what are you doing? So, Mr. Hudat, now you see why I'm saying I'm not even attacking you on a field normally would. You know, the epic decisions that we've had so far.
Right.
Yeah. I can't this time. I can't do it. Because this motherfucker named Rule.
But hey, going
Dumb
into it, we both got something to fight for. That's the overall purpose. It'd be one thing if the Saints actually win the game and they got lax on the Panthers. However, this is not a lax game for the Saints. They have to show urgency because currently, right now, you have these other NFL teams showing they could be the threat, like the Philadelphia Eagles, the
Whoa,
Minnesota.
whoa, whoa. Whoa, you saying y'all need a sense of urgency. Our sense of urgency is either the coach win or his ass out. That's
Well,
a huge sense
well,
of
considering
urgency.
that y'all age, like respectfully, y'all the youngest team in the NFC South, respectfully. Compared to the Saints, where we got so many old heads, the sense of urgency is huge now. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing, and you can't just falter now because your offense ain't moving the ball. Your defense has been saving you these past few games. Of course, that's Dennis Allen. That's what Dennis Allen wants to do. But how would you feel? You held Tom Brady to 3 points from quarter 1, 2, 3, and your offense haven't even scored more than 3 points.
So can
Wow.
I? So do you attest any? Do you give any credit to the Bucks defense for that, or
Yes,
do you
most
just
def.
down?
I credit the Bucks defense. They played Jameis extremely well. They obviously frustrated him a lot with a lot of nano blitzes coming in on late blitzes. A lot they made the Saints, um, retract their plans because in the first quarter the Saints actually relied on the checkdowns. That's how they got up the field. However, we tried to transform into this deep ball aspect, and it just didn't work out. Their coverages was really good. They kept pressuring Jameis, and as we all know, if you pressure the quarterback, is gonna lead him to do some stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So real quick, what's the status of Jameis? What's going on with Jameis for anybody who didn't see what's going on with him?
hmm
What give us your quarterback?
Currently, he has a fracture in his back. We don't know this. It's not that serious, according to the reports by the New Orleans Saints. However, what happened in week 2 shouldn't really affect his back because when you suit up, you suit up. You suit
So
up.
he will be.
He will be playing this game because, like last game, he suit up. You got to be ready to go. Go win some football. That's just how the NFL works.
And that don't worry you with a fractured back, a fracture
Oh,
in his back.
it do work. It do worry me, especially with the way our line is playing right now, because it brings me back to the old days of the Drew Brees incident. The line wasn't protecting him all that well this year, and we still put him out there, and his ribs got worse.
Wow, that could be something to watch for, man. I don't like the capitalize off of anybody getting hurt, but damn it, that's going to be a hell of a situation
And that's
if y'all
something
go.
Justin Herbert is going through right now. Like these fractures ain't anything to play with, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, if Winston. Hey, well,
Especially if your line ain't protecting you.
yeah. So hey, we'll be here to take 3 picks. He can go. He can go ahead and give us all the picks he got in the world through to that back.
Well, with that being said, now X factors to the game. You might as well you just laid out one of them practically. Jameis Winston in his back. Is that going to be an X factor for y'all?
Not at all. The X factor in this game will come down to the offensive line. Y'all have not been what y'all used to be. Y'all obviously are showing weaknesses, lack of leadership, lack of understanding in mid game, especially Cesar Louise, man. Like nobody likes to see the fact that they're just coming at you with a late blitz and you about to help on somebody who's already double teamed and he runs right through you.
Yeah.
So you know what? You know what? I like that, but you got to also understand, for us, the critical parts to winning this week right here is going to definitely be Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
What Baker going to get this Sunday? On offense, he is the guy. Will he come out, give us 300 yards with a great passer rating and a quarterback rating overall, or will he come out and be missing guys all over the field? Um, Ben McAdoo has to set him
It
up in a
doesn't
greater
affect
position
Jamie's
than he
decision
did these
making. He
last
could
two
throw. Yeah,
games because
it
it's just
doesn't
not
affect his
looking
decision
too good
making.
to
He
be
was making
strong
poor decisions when
starting
we
off your
played the
season like this.
Buccaneers.
It's not a good look. Um, and for me, a defensive X factor has to be. I'm gonna go with Frankie Louvu, man. We go as Frankie Louvu go look like on defense. Because Jeremy Chin he's the leader, he's the vocal part. But I mean, Louvu took over the game last week, man. So I'm curious to see what can he do his new role with the Panthers going forward. Uh, Fellas, you gave one factor, Mr. Hudat. I need another one for your defense.
Especially for defense, is getting pressure on Baker Mayfield. These past few games, I won't say your offensive line protection has been one of the best, but y'all have been letting y'all guys just come right through and hit Baker Mayfield, and it's showing that he's distressed in that backfield. We got to get pressure on Baker.
Zoe, what you got your offensive and defensive X factors, man?
For offense, I give you two offense, one defense. Two on offense, I give you Laviska Shenault. I want to see how he comes into play. I think he could be a difference maker in this game. I think he'll suit up this game. Laviska Shenault, and I want to see. Give me. I take it Kim McCornell. I want to see how he holds up against Marcus Davenport. We pretty much Moton holds his own when he played against Cam Jordan. He pretty much holds his own in that game. He'll probably give a pressure or two, or probably even a sack, but he pretty much holds his own. I want to see how Kim McCornell go against Marcus Davenport. But I say Lavisca's and Kim McCornell. On defense, uh, I give for defense I'll go Brian Burns. Brian Burns got to stand that backfield, man. He got to. Brian Burns does good against Ryan Ram, the famous spin move that he pull on him every year that we play him. So he got to stand that backfield, bro. He got to
Wow.
affect the game with pressures. He has to.
I hear you. I hear you. So with that being said, you got Brian Burns as an X factor. You got your boy Icky and company. Uh, mm, what are your game predictions for this game then? I'll start with Zoe.
Uh, I say give me 21-10 Panthers.
Okay. And how do you see that coming?
I see we get two rushing touchdowns, and I think Baker throws it to the tight end for a touchdown. I think our defense play. I think Jameis Winston. If you look historically, Jameis Winston doesn't hold up good against our defense. He just doesn't. He turns the ball over a lot against our defense. If you look at even Jameis Winston last year, he played 7 games. He was 5-2 in those games. He played 6 great games, or even good games, but he played one bad one that was against us. So I pretty much I think Jameis gonna give us 2 picks.
Mr. Who that?
I got the score going 14-17.
Who
Saints
up? Okay.
winning by
Um,
3. I feel like defense get a late turnover on y'all. We running down the field and we get in field goal range and we kick it.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And you might think that I'm crazy for saying this, but I think this game is going to be a real close knit game. It's going to come down to possibly a field goal,
Mm-hmm.
like the first games came down to a field goal. I'm looking at this is going to be probably a 20-17 game. Just because a touchdown will be scored. But I'm looking for a pick six from our defense this week. I'm here to put it out there. With issues, I may call it early. There will be one pick six. So with that being said,
I like that, Q. I like that.
here I go.
I like
Here I
that.
go. I'm trying, man. My
Yeah.
boys. got to do better, man. Defense.
TQ, man, we gotta affect the pocket. If you look at last season, and if you look at how we was able to give him on that pick that he threw, so he threw two picks. He threw one pick to Justin Barris and he threw one to JC Horn. If you look at both picks, Morgan Fox, Brian Burns, and Hassan Reddick was able to
You are
capitalize. Bro,
absolutely right, Eon
they
Butler.
Morgan Fox balled out that game. He was collapsing that pocket like crazy. So man, we man, it's gonna be key. We got to get pressure. I'll tell you that right now. We cannot let them sit back in the pocket. We have to get pressure. There will be no interceptions if there is no pressure. I'm sorry.
Mm, I can see that for
Okay.
sure.
I so any closing remarks for you, Mr. Who that? Go ahead and talk your shit and then make sure you put your channel out there for us.
Man, I can't talk. I can't talk nothing right now because I'm not confident right now. Has been like the lowest have I been since the preseason. I had my confidence in James, and it's still high right now. But seeing week 1 and week 2, bruh, everything Sean and Drew taught you, you just threw it out the window, huh?
Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
He just threw it out the window.
Oh man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all boy was doing fine, but he gonna get himself hurt, man. He better learn to relax. He gonna really get himself hurt. He gotta get that.
Facts.
Then
Don't
he
put
take it,
that nigga in the hospital. He play with us.
and then he out here taking 6, 7
What they
foot
call us?
step
Yeah,
backs,
yeah.
bruh.
We gonna put that nigga in cardiac arrest.
I wonder who gonna
Hey,
come out hurt in this game.
hey, yeah, I better put James on the cast and shoot him up, bro.
To Yuki's
uh,
questions, I have it. Listen. When you have confidence in your defense, you know it's gonna be a good game. But when your offense play like that for 2 weeks in a row, let's just say, just like Carolina, they in kind of a depressed state.
Yeah, we are. I mean, you can say that, but y'all ain't in a better one either.
Exactly.
Yeah, ain't that good. Hey, we can hurt y'all off. I mean, y'all defense had one good week and one bad week. The Falcons RPO killed y'all, bro.
Dude,
Their RPO hurt y'all.
we suffer against running quarterbacks in general. Y'all never watched Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Literally, bro, the Saints don't know how to. Bro, I don't know how you don't know come up with a defensive scheme to stop a running quarterback.
Sunday, how this look because you got Baker Mayfield and
He
what are your
ain't.
chances Baker don't carve you up?
The odds is no. He ain't carving up the Saints defense. He ain't carving them up like that. I say y'all probably, if y'all do win this game, it's through Christian McCaffrey legs. Y'all gonna put the ball on the ground a lot. I'm talking about y'all probably gonna rush the ball like 25 times in the game. Probably hit us with a sneak play action to the tight end for a touchdown. That type of stuff.
It hopefully in a winning effort. Hopefully. But if not, now, Mr. Who that, before I get into this next part, I want you to shout your channel out because I'm gonna exit you off to talk my shit about my squad now. So go ahead
Facts.
and get your stuff out the way. I got a lot of stuff to address the Panther Nation about.
Well, thanks for having me, bro. My channel name is the Who That Center, man. I appreciate you for having me on here, man. I'm finna go do the exact same thing with Saints fans, man. So, you know what?
Yes.
Shout out to you, man. I love what you've been doing, bro. Let's both pray on these teams.
You already know what time it is, man. Hey, this is a friend of the channel. Y'all go ahead, like and subscribe to his thing, man. Y'all already see what time it is. Even though it may make you throw up when you do it, just show the fam some love, man. Just show the fam some love. Hey, but I appreciate you for coming through, fam. We gonna link up. Now it's time for me to address Panther Nation. Hear me and hear me clearly, Matt Rule, because fucking game with your dumb ass. And I mean that. Coach the goddamn game, and you better coach a hell of a game. You better coach that game like your ass is dependent on it, you dumb motherfucker.
Talk to him, Q. That's fat.
Camera, zoom in on me when I say this shit right here. Zoom in. You better coach that goddamn game. I done paid $400 almost for these fucking
We're
tickets in
moving
this
on to the
hotel
next
room.
stream,
You
guys.
motherfucker. You better coach that game.